Hello and welcome to another 5 minutes with Sean, maybe 10. Sorry, I was trying something different today. I don't think it really worked. But here's the thing. There's been a lot of talk about getting back to normal, right? And I think the one thing people should consider about normal is that it isn't normal to have to work 40 hours a week over 5 days. It's not normal. I know it feels normal because we've all been doing it our whole lives. I've been lucky enough to be, part of a small entrepreneur crew here for the last 8 years at CarBiz. So I refer to my work week as linear. It doesn't really have a start and an end. It doesn't really have a number of hours. And I know, people, that I am unique, okay? I get that I live a different life, and I'm not saying follow me, come with my hours. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is that we're so worried right now about how are we going to attract quality talent to our dealerships, right? And in one fellow swoop, you could make it all go away. And you could have the cream of the crop, the pick of the litter for any profession, for sales, for service. And it's simple, right? It's a 4-day work week. Ta-da! Look at that shit. Fireworks going off behind me. You get it. 4-day work week. It works for our first responders. Thank you all for what you do. We love and cherish you. Thank you so much. 410s, baby. People say, Sean, dealerships are open 12 hours. Well, that's another problem. Y'all don't need to be open 12 hours. You don't. Condition your customers to 10 hours. My great friends, Madison, Wisconsin, Zimmerk Automotive, a lot of 9 to 6s and some 9 to 4s on Saturday. $500 million company. So please save me the we need 12, 16, 18, or fucking 24. You don't. You're doing it because it suits you. And I get that. It doesn't suit your business, though. It doesn't suit your people of your business. Trust me when I tell you that. Nobody wants to be working car dealerships 12, 14, 16. I don't care who you are. You do not want to be doing it. You do it. It's the life. I lived it. So, nothing is worse than the recently converted, eh? So I'm recently converted. Over the last 8 years, I've converted my life away from 40-hour work weeks. Period. Sometimes I work 60, sometimes I work 10. It doesn't matter to me. I get it done a certain number of days. I keep a number of days free for myself, for my life. When I was in the car business, I never understood why it is I couldn't have 4-day work weeks. And even the 5th day, I would, I'd settle right in. I could do, I've been working the internet since the internet was a thing, right? I mean, I was getting faxed auto trailer leads in 1998. So you knew by 2005 that you could use the internet from your home and you could still do your job with even the shittiest of CRMs. So I started to really question that model. Well, that got me in a lot of shit because it was like, you're lazy, you're this, you're that, and it was, no. My father, who I spoke on last week's analytics episode about, my father always pretty much taught me you need to work smarter, not harder. And to me, that meant being efficient. That's what it means to me, okay? It means being efficient with every hour available to you. And the things that took people 10 hours would take me 4 and 5 because of the way that I would approach and be efficient with things, right? Schedule my time, block it out, whatever it is, we were doing that. So then we roll in with a pandemic. And everybody goes to working from home. Thus proving, without a shadow of a doubt, shit can be run this way. Shit can be run this way. And we were making concessions for people. They were working from home, days in the office. When we couldn't get back to the stores, we were doing all of that, right? Because that's what was right. So I ask, why did that have to change? Because culture is why. Because the expectancy of other people, misery loves and expects company. You see? Because if you were at a dealership now and you were working a 3rd day satellite, right? Instead of your 3rd day at the office, you were satellite. The amount of shit you would get, the amount of why does he get to do it and I don't, the amount of excuses, oh, do you work at this place or just part-timer, blah, 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 all just the talking. It's all talking. The reality is, in my history as a leader at dealerships, anytime you would offer my guys a difference between cash spiff and an extra day off, I'd say probably 8 times out of 10, they'd pick the day off. What does that tell you? I see ads every day. $15,000 signing bonuses. We'll buy every tool you've ever wanted in your life. You've got people who've been loyal to you for, let's say, 10 years. Where's their signing bonus? How do you make it right for them? Or do you not consider that because you're too worried about acquisition? What about the ones that have stood by you? 4-day work week makes it easy. And I know it can happen on the mechanic side because I learned it. A buddy of mine worked for the county, working on plows in the winter, right? Wisconsin, folks. Wisconsin winter plow worker. My guy was a mechanic for these things, diesel mechanic fixing these things, all right? He's on 410s for the winter, right? How did this happen? Well, because they know they need him there more frequently, this, that, and the other thing. Yeah, he was getting overtime hours, but if he could do it in 4 days, they'd let him do it in 4 days, right? Sometimes he had to bump up to 5, but then they'd make up for it in the summer. He'd have 4-day runs, getting him basically around an average of about a 4.5 day work week. And I'm not talking about whatever they're doing in Iceland or the Netherlands, other countries about 4-day work. That's not, I'm talking to you about what we're doing right here in America, the life I see people live every single day, okay? Everybody can work remotely, we've proven it. Yes, restaurants, yes, hotels, yes, I get all that, okay? But for the most part, those of us with office-ish jobs, consultant-ish jobs, even salespeople, my point is, they don't need the 5th day. You do. Now, if you want to have your floor full on Saturday, and you just parse in the other 5 days. If you're a 7-day dealership, you have a team A and a team B and a 10-hour day. They cover the whole floor. Wouldn't they like to not have to argue with the other half of the team the days that those teammates are off? Because then your floors aren't flooded. Your sales efficiency is through the freaking roof. And I realize all of this is difficult for most people to hear right now because it is the highest of tides we have ever experienced, probably in the history. One of my friends said it goes back to like the 1940s with Eisenhower and the beginning of the highway system. The last time their family could reference something this frickin' nuts, okay? So historically, considering 60, 70 years worth of information, I tell you that the 4-day work week can be done. I've got dealers who are working through it right now, some bigger dealers trying to figure it out, because if you were to do it, not only do I think that you would find the absolute best in the automotive business who would come to your dealership just to have that opportunity at quality of life, which I believe. Maybe I'd be wrong. But I think you attract people from the sales landscape, period. Now, how about that? That's something I'd like you to really sit and consider. Because now we're not even talking about dealer to dealer. We're talking about people outside of that. Mechanics who work for the county. Mechanics who work for the independent dealer. Mechanics who work in a corporate setting, who work 5 days, right? You bring them in. 4-day work weeks, 10 hours a day. It's all people need to be open. You can be profitable, and maybe even more so, in 10 hours than you can be 12 based on efficiency. There is always a day for most people at dealerships. I realize we've got our dealers that are gigantic and sell 600 cars in 30 days, and there's never a break. But for the most part, there are idle hours throughout almost every single day of every single month with regards to besides the back and the front. It happens. We watch it every day. So we know it's there. Just think about it. Think about 10 versus 12. Think about 5 days versus 4 days. You have an opportunity to reimagine the work week. It will make up for money. You see, it's like going down the price road. You ain't got to sell on price if your customer service is absolutely perfect. Then you sell absolutely perfect customer service, and guess what? People expect to pay for customer service, right? I expect to pay more to sit in the front of the plane versus the middle or back of the plane. That's just the way it works. So, that's what I want you to consider. We can take care of a lot of things. They're doing it with schools, right? I don't know how many are out there. I know that my nephews are experiencing this. They are now being told your snow days are over. We've proven we can work from home, so when it snows, you'll hop on the internet. Bravo. What the fuck took so long, people? A pandemic to let you know that it's okay to be satellite. It's okay to work from home a day a week. Maybe that's what you do with the 4-day work week. You let someone work from home, you let them work 5 hours. Oh no, they get an extra 5 hours off. How will they manage? Come on, people. Think about it. Life is meant to live. It's not always about working it, all right? All right, that's enough from me. As I said, I know my life is weird, so I don't want to compare them. But give it some thought, and as an industry, let's give it a shot. Let's see what we do, all right? Thank you so much for joining. As always, have yourselves a wonderful week.